All right, we're ready to rock and roll. Let me get the camera in position. I think that's the right camera. Yes, that's the right camera. And let's make sure we're live on Facebook. And make sure you guys hit share. If you have not already, we're going to crank up the 369 financial transformation in less than 4 minutes. 4 minutes and counting, man. I'm excited. We got some big things happening. We're talking about wealth, financial freedom, flexibility, having options in life, and getting money as an issue out of the way. If those topics interest you, you're in the right place. All right, hit share if you're on Facebook. Give your following some good content. Give them some free content. We're not here to pitch. We're not here to sell. We're here primarily to educate and talk about a huge holiday promotion that's blessing people all over the country. So hit share, and get your people in the building. All right, we're going to get ready to rock and roll here shortly. What's up, Nick in Hawaii? Kim from Indy. Irene, I see you in South Carolina. Tessina from Chicago. What's up, Mr. Cena? Erica from Gary. Sam in Maryland. All the different cities on the call. Cassandra's in the house from Augusta, Georgia. Sherelle from Greenville, South Carolina. Just want to do a few shout outs before we get started. Let's make sure Facebook is ready to go. Hit share if you're on Facebook. Don't worry, we're not going to hustle. We're not going to convince. We're not going to twist your wrist. We're going to show you guys some things that wealthy people talk about at their dinner tables and see if you want to change the conversation at your dinner table so we can leave legacies for our children, right? So that's what we're all about. Don't leave an ill, leave a will. Don't leave a bill, right? Leave a will. So if you're here for anything other than economic empowerment and personal empowerment, this may not be the webinar for you. If you're here to learn some things in capitalism and learn how to play the rules of the game, sit tight for the next 20 minutes. So let's get ready to rock and roll. Hit share if you're on Facebook, because I haven't even started yet, but you got a lot of people that you can bless with this information. So, you know, it's interesting, right? Before I actually get started, I'll give you guys a little pre-launch. It's interesting that it's that time of year, right? I don't know when you guys may see this replay, but as of right now, Christmas is about a week away. Sometimes these webinars can go and get shared and go viral. So just in case you see this in 2019, Christmas is around the corner as I film this webinar live. And I love Christmas. I love the holidays in particular. Everybody's more festive. Well, unless you go to Walmart after Black Friday. But for the most part, everybody's festive. Family members come together. People get a chance to eat together and fellowship. And, you know, we get to help a lot of people who are less fortunate, which we should do around the clock. It shouldn't have to be a holiday or Thanksgiving or Christmas for us to care for our fellow man. But overall, the energy is optimistic and positive. And the main thing that drives all of that is capitalism. And I don't want people to miss this. Everybody's been trained to kind of participate in capitalism, but I'm going to show you guys over the next 20 minutes how you need to participate in it, not just contribute to it. Everybody's been trained to contribute to capitalism, right? Let's make Best Buy wealthy because I have to get my son a game. Or let's make Walmart wealthy because I have to give my wife a new TV. Or let's make, you know, the jewelry store wealthy because I have to get my husband, you know, a bracelet. But it's nothing wrong with those things. But here's the question. What if you owned a piece of Walmart, a piece of Best Buy, and a piece of Tiffany's? You see what I'm saying? What if you were actually in those buildings, not just as a consumer, but as an owner? It's time for most people to realize that this is America, the land of the free, and you're supposed to own a piece of America. You're not just supposed to shop in America. You're supposed to say, you know what? All of our ancestors at some point built this country. I don't care if you're Asian. I don't care if you're Hispanic. I don't care if you're African. I don't care if you're African American. I don't care if you're European. Everybody had a stake in making this the great nation that it is. So if you know you have a stake in it, why don't you have more of a stake in it? You got technology on your side right now. I'm looking at you, talking to you live from my living room, right? You got education and information at your fingertips. You got cell phones that act like personal computers, right? Those are called PDAs. Why are most Americans struggling? I can tell you why. Before I get started, I'm telling you right now, the difference between wealthy people and people who have money and those that don't, one of the big differences is education. And education derived from information. That's really what separates poor people from wealthy people. Wealthy people have figured out something that poor people have not figured out, which is information. If you knew that an IPO was coming and you could be at the forefront of Amazon and you had the money, you would have done it, but you didn't have the information. If you knew you could have been at the forefront of Walmart, and $1 in Walmart back in 1980 was worth one thing, and it's worth when one share of Walmart was worth something in the 80s and now it's worth $1 million or something, then you would, if you was part owner, you would have done it. You see, so what happens is information is shared amongst a certain group of people and they keep it. Well, what we do is we pull the curtain back and say, listen, it's not that information isn't there. We need to become messengers we need to become the voice for the voiceless. And that's what we do, right? We show you guys what wealthy people are talking about so you can change your vocabulary. And when you change your vocabulary, you tend to change your actions. And when you change your actions, you tend to change your results. And then money just becomes a byproduct of you being happy and free and flexible. So when I talk about money tonight, I'm not talking about money in its physical sense. I'm talking about freedom and flexibility. So let's get ready to make this thing happen, man. Here's the reality of the situation. Oh yeah, go ahead and hit share because I'm about to crank it up. Send out a tweet, send out a text, send out a smoke signal, send out a UPS, or they're busy tonight, I'm sure. FedEx, they're busy tonight, I'm sure. USPS, Morse code, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you need to do. Let's talk about the rules of the wealthy. Let me pull my slides up and show you guys the difference between poor people and rich people. Not from a condescending standpoint, but from an information standpoint. Here are the facts. Okay, so fact number one, wealthy people understand that there are two primary objectives in this country. Two objectives. Number one, you got to have enough money for your current lifestyle. That's why we go to work every day. So your current lifestyle is generally paid for by your labor. Now, your future lifestyle is what wealthy people focus more on. See, what poor people do, they focus on the current. Bill to bill, check to check, week to week, month to month. Here's the good news. Broke is only a temporary situation. I personally have been broke. People see my successes today. I travel the world. I'm a trainer all over the country. I've been to a lot of different countries internationally. I speak on big stages and people say, man, he's never been broke. Absolutely, I've been broke, but I've never been poor. Poor is a state of mind. So broke is your temporary situation. Poor is the way you think. So what you have to stop doing is only thinking about the current state that you're in, and you got to think about the future. The only way your future becomes brighter and brighter is if you have investments. Write this down, guys. You cannot outwork interest. You cannot outwork interest. So what you want to do is while you're vibrant and you're working, some of that money, you have to make a decision right now, has to go towards your future. Now, there are a couple of things keeping you from making that happen. Number one is called inflation. There are four things keeping you from investing. Now, if we now know that labor is your current lifestyle's means of accumulation, your future lifestyle's means of accumulation is investments. But if you don't have enough money currently to even think about the future, then guess what? You're what we call ass out. And you don't want to be in that situation when you're 65 and you want to look up and now you want to get it together. You have to figure out why most people don't have enough money to invest. Number one is inflation. The cost of living goes up every day. So your daycare is up, your groceries are up, your healthcare is up, gasoline is up, clothes are up, interest rates are up, but your income is either the same or it's down. So you can't get the same amount of gas this year for the same dollar that you did 20 years ago. So you got the same dollar, same president, same color, same paper, same currency. You walk up and give them a $20 bill 20 years ago. My needle moved all the way from E to F. You give the same cashier $20 today, inflation gobbled it up, and now you get a quarter of a tank. You see, that's inflation. Now you multiply that same example by groceries, food, daycare, healthcare, clothes, and education, and you still making a little bit more than you did last year. Then you wonder why you're still struggling. I see people, they get married all the time. They're like, man, They're like, I got married, our income is double, but we still struggling. I know, because by the time you got married, the dollar tripled. And now you got your debt coming together too. So now you got her credit cards and yours, her car and yours. So everything, her student loans and yours. So everything doubled while inflation tripled. But your income didn't necessarily double because it was actually less than it was before you got married. That's why we call it the silent killer. It sneaks into your life and you don't even realize it's eating away at your money. Okay. Now, the second reason people don't have enough money to invest, because that's what this is all about, is taxes. Now, if inflation is the silent killer, taxes represent the chainsaw massacre. There's nothing silent about taxes. Look, let's look at it real quick. Why is your income gone before you even get it? Okay. Property taxes, state taxes, local taxes, ad valorem taxes, sales tax. We're not just talking about your federal taxes. This country made it such that everybody has to participate. And I'm not knocking that. We should, right? People can talk about taxes all they want, but have you ever driven your new car on a dirt road? Okay. Those are tax dollars that make your highways. Okay. You ever been burglarized or need to call the police? Yeah. Not all cops are bad. Not all cops are good. But if something jumps off, I'm sure you're going to call the police. You ever need a firefighter to help you with a situation, or an ambulance? Yeah, a lot of times the fire departments are run by the local municipality due to your tax dollars. So you can talk about taxes all you want. Taxes are good. Here's the problem. Don't overpay your income taxes. Pay your fair share, which means if you overpay your taxes, the government takes a third. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I just believe if I go to work every day, I should get paid first. Millionaires will tell you, pay yourself first. I earned my first $1 million by having a great sales experience. But when I lost it all, I looked back and I said, you know what? I was young. I was in my late 20s, early 30s, and $1 million went through my hands. I said, wait a minute. What happened? I didn't pay myself first. So when I rebounded in my late 30s, early 40s, and became a 7-figure earner again, I said, strategy this time is going to be what I use to keep it. See, it's not about how much money you make. It's about how much money your money makes. Now, put that in your tweets and your notables and your quotables and your shares. It's not how much money you make. It's how much money your money makes. Okay, so let's get an understanding on what's keeping you from being happy financially. 1 is inflation, 2 is taxes. Now, 3 is debt. 3 is debt. Write this down in your notes. Taxes cause debt. Now, how do taxes cause debt? Well, let's look at how the government set it up. This country was set up in such a way that if they take your dollars off the top, which is what happens for most people that have a job, and there's nothing wrong with a job, but that's what happens. If taxes come off the top, then what happens is debt comes off the bottom, because now you got to borrow money in order to pay back the taxes. In order to pay back what the taxes took. So if taxes come off the top, debt comes off the bottom. Now you wonder why you're unhappy. You see, because you're getting what we call stuck in the middle. So let me show you this slide. This is good, because now you're going to see how it all works together systematically to keep you from succeeding. Make sure, I'm sorry. I got to pull my slide back up. I'm sorry. Okay. So if the government is taking the dollars off the top, they know you're going to have to borrow the difference on the bottom. And now you do what we call ride the middle. So here are your notes. First, the government takes 1/3. So 1/3 of your income is gone due to what? Taxes. Then the banks take the second third. So 2/3 of your income is gone due to what? Taxes and debt. Because you got to pay back what you borrowed because of the taxes. Now, the final third is gone into the hands of big business. So I want you guys to write that down. Big business. And this is the season where big business benefits the most. How? Because everybody's feeling festive. It's time for the holidays. You've been celebrating and looking forward to Christmas since Thanksgiving. And then right after Christmas, you're looking forward to New Year's. Then after New Year's, you're looking forward to Valentine's. Then the kids get out in March for spring break. And then after spring break, now everybody's ready for Easter. And then after Easter, everybody's ready for Mother's Day. Mother's Day is followed by Father's Day. Father's Day in June, 4th of July. 4th of July, August back to school. Now, as soon as we get in school, we need a day off for Labor Day. Then Labor Day is followed by Halloween. Then Halloween's followed by Thanksgiving, which is surrounded by Brown Thursday, Black Friday, and Cyber Monday. So now we wonder why we don't have enough money to invest. The answer is simple. Taxes took the first third, debt in the banks took the second third, and big business took the final third. Now, I don't know about you, but the last time I checked, 3 over 3 equaled 1. Now, I have an English degree. Okay, I went to Morehouse College. I thought I was going to law school before my business took off, but 3 over 3 equals 1. So if all thirds of your money go to 3 different entities, all I know is all your money is gone, because that's 100% of your income that went to everybody but you. Now, the question becomes, how long are you going to let that happen? How long are you going to let the other entities keep your income? Here's a note for you guys. Write this down. Your money is going to make somebody wealthy. Your money is going to make somebody wealthy. The question is who? Now, you ever thought about that? Are you making the banks wealthy? Are you making yourself wealthy? Are you making the government wealthy? Are you making your children wealthy? Are you making your family wealthy? Or are you making big business wealthy? So this concept I'm about to go over with you guys is called income shifting. It's about shifting the tax dollars, the debt dollars, the big business dollars, and inflation back into your favor. Here's a question for you guys. You do all the work. Why are you getting the least amount of pay? If you're doing all the work, why are you getting the least amount of pay? So when you answer that and you figure that out, you'll start saying to yourself, you know what? Never again. Never again will I be paid last. So if you don't do anything else, type this in the comments for me so I can make sure you hear me, and type this in the chat before I show you guys the solutions, and then we can close out. Pay myself first. Type that in all the comments. I'm gonna go on Facebook and make sure I see it, make sure I'm still live, and I'm gonna go on the webinar and make sure I'm still live. Pay myself first. Let's see it. All right, now I see it. Pay myself first, pay myself first, pay myself first. Absolutely. All right, good, I see it. All right, so everybody can still hear me, that's good. Let me make sure, mic check. Y'all can still hear me on the actual webinar, because we're about to get into the solutions. And now the solutions, this is where we separate the men from the boys, okay? And the women from the little girls. We got to show you guys how to overcome the 4 challenges, because you know they exist, but the question is, how do you fix it? And that's what a lot of people don't know, how to fix it. So I told you guys, I promised you we're going to pull back the veil tonight and show you guys how to fix it. Okay, here's how you fix it. First, you have to understand that everybody in America can't sell. Everybody in America can't sell. So if you know everybody in America can't sell, what you have to do is figure out some kind of strategy that everybody you know and your loved ones can use. So I want you guys to write down strategy over sales. Now, I'm not knocking sales. I earned 7 figures. My first 7 figures was as a result of sales. So I'm not knocking sales. But what I am telling you guys is simple. Everybody can plug into a strategy, because it's like a template or a framework, and generate results. Everybody can't stay motivated, and everybody can't sell. So what we do is we cater to the individuals that say, hey, give me a game plan, teach me the rules of the wealthy, teach me how to survive in capitalism, and let me go to work. And guys, I'm telling you, you're looking at a guy that went from 3 figures every 2 weeks, struggling at a job I could not stand. All right, I can't give you guys the name of the company, but they call it the Bank of America. So here I am struggling. I was a teller when I was in college, earning what I thought was good money because all my other friends worked at a fast food restaurant and I had this corporate internship. When I graduated, they hired me into what's called construction lending. And I thought I had it going on until I realized that everybody I knew at the bank, meaning the clients, had more money than me. Now, how are you more well off than the banker? It's because the money's not in banking. The money is in ownership. So I went from 3 figures every 2 weeks to 4 figures a week. I went from 4 figures a week to 5 figures a month in my own business. Of course, that's 6 figures a year, and I earned a 7-figure career in sales. Brian, you made $1 million from home? Yes. Brian, you lost $1 million from home? Yes. Okay. Foreclosures, negative accounts, overdrafts, you name it. I was like, oh my goodness, I got to put a strategy on top. So let me introduce you guys to our strategy, 3, 6, and 9. This is going to change your children's lives forever. Within 3 days, we're going to show you guys how to generate positive cash flow. There's a big difference between income and cash flow. You have to learn that cash flow is king, not cash. Cash flow. Here's a good note for you guys. Cash flow is measured in time. Income is measured in dollars. The sooner you understand that, the better off you'll be. So here's what happens. I can make $1 million a year, but if my bills are $2 million, my cash flow is 6 months. You see, there's a time denomination on your cash flow. Brian, what do you mean 6 months? Well, if my bills are $2 million a year, but I only have $1 million, I'm broke by June. Technically, I'm broke by June. Now, you can take a high school principal. Let's say somebody makes $60,000 a year or $80,000 a year, but their bills are $40,000. Cash flow is 2 years. If they don't do anything else, their cash flow is 2 years. So now what happens? They can go on vacations. They got a little condo in, Europe. They got no car notes, right? They got the mortgage being paid off in 9 years instead of 30 because their cash flow is positive for the next 2 years if they don't even grow their income. What most Americans do, they go get a part-time job. They need more income. They join a network marketing company. They need more income. They hustle on the side. They need more income. Most Americans make decent money. The big 4 figured out how to get your cash flow. And that's what we clean up first. Within 3 days, we're going to show you some cash flow techniques, starting with your W-4. Now, people say, well, Brian, wait a minute. What in the world is a W-4? Well, the W-4 is the form that you filled out when you first got your job. Most people don't understand the power of the W-4. Now, we teach these kind of things for less than $100. What? Yes. I thought it was going to be $500. No, getting wealthy doesn't take wealth. I thought it was going to be $200. No, getting wealthy doesn't take $200. Not with us. Brian, how much is it going to cost us? Write this down. The value is over $2,000. I'm telling you guys that right now. The value of our membership is over $2,000. It's really more than that, but I don't want to scare you. The normal fee or investment to learn everything we teach you and give you the software for everything I'm about to demonstrate is $34 a month. Write that down. $34 a month. But because we believe in blessing others, 'tis the season to be jolly. I want you to take the $34.95 and I want you to slice it for $9.95. You have a financial education membership, and I'm going to show you what all is in it. But first, I want you to write down $34.95 / $9.95 for the next 2 weeks. Yes, you're seeing this webinar on the 21st. I'm telling you now, for the next 10 to 14 days, $9.95 is your investment. Now, if you're still cringing at $9.95, and then after our holiday season, it's $34.95 per month, then you don't understand the difference between expenses and investments. Let me just say this to you real quick. Expenses go out and nothing comes back. Investments go out and more than what you put out returns tenfold. Guys, I'm telling you, my business and these strategies have generated a 7-figure net worth. Okay. I earn residual income in my sleep, and not just me, a ton of business partners that are introducing you to this webinar right now You want to get back with the person who introduced you to this webinar. In fact, you can text them right now and say, look, $9.95, $9.95. Email them, text them, inbox them. Whoever shared this video with you, you want to let them know, hey, Brian Beane said, let you know I'm in for $9.95. Now, don't treat it like a $9.95 business. Here's what you get. Number one, the strategy. You got to learn the strategy. What are wealthy people talking about at their dinner table that broke people aren't talking about? Why are wealthy people talking about capital gains and broke people talking about a checking account? Why do wealthy people stash their money in a municipal bond for quick emergency and broke people stash their money in a savings account? Why are wealthy people talking about real assets, precious metal, appreciation, cryptocurrency, art, and things that increase in value? And why are broke people talking about all the bills, cutting their cell phone bill, carpooling, cutting down cable? Those things are cool, but we're talking about generating wealth. There's a strategy to snowballing your wealth. Then we have to give you the software. I'm gonna show you the software now. The software for $9.95, $34.95 a month to keep all your records. Now that you're in business, believe it or not, you have to keep excellent records. The government demands that you're able to show that you made a legitimate attempt to gain a profit. So we help you with our mobile app on our cell phone. We help you with the software on your computer. It's all web-based. And now you own and operate a home-based business, educating others and get bonus checks to do it. Now that leads to the system, the reporting system, the website, the software that helps you with your financial goals, short-term, mid-term, and long-term. All of this is included for $9.95. Then we have a membership. Identity theft protection is in your membership. Up to $1 million policy if someone steals your identity. Identity theft prevention included in your membership. Credit education included in your membership. Even a do-it-yourself credit system so you can help restore your score. Think about this for a second. Now, key logging is preventive, right? That's why people get your passwords and your bank information and all these things. That's preventive maintenance. We also have discounted legal services where you can contact an attorney and get advice. You need something patent, it's in your membership. There's an attorney in all 50 states or a firm that will help you with our discounted services. You got a ticket you need to get out of or try to dispute, call your attorney. All of this is included in the $34.95 plus an online shopping mall and a whole bunch of other things. Now, as I conclude here, let me show you guys the income shifting concept. You want to move from the highest tax bracket, which is a W-2, through the middle tax bracket, which is a business, and into the lowest tax bracket, which is capital gains. That's what wealthy people do. There's nothing wrong with a job. Nothing wrong with starting with a job. Here's a note for you guys. Your job should fund your dream. Your job should fund your dream. Nothing wrong with a job. I hate to hear people bashing jobs. What if you didn't have a job? So a good note for you guys is to be thankful but not satisfied. You take your job money that you're thankful for, but you're not satisfied with it. Here's what the IRS is telling you to do. The IRS. Now, I didn't make this up. This comes off their website way back in 2005. Where does your money come from? It comes from your wallet or purse. That's where your refund. Your tax refund, which everybody's going to rave about in a few months, comes from your wallet or purse. This is off irs.gov back in 2005. When you tell your employer how much to withhold from your paycheck, or when you make an estimated tax payment. For the average refund, that's about $40 a week too much. So the IRS is saying most people overpay their taxes. Yes, about 40 bucks a week too much. Yes, now here's the question. That's $160 a month. Yes, that's over $1,500 a year. Yes, and if you've been working over 10 years, that's $15,000. Yes, if you've been working 30 years, that's over 20 years, that's over $30,000. Yes. Had that 15,000 or 30,000 been invested, you would have over six figures bringing you more income every month and ultimately a cash flow millionaire in a few years. But the government robbed you 60 bucks at a time. Yes. So here's their good advice. You might be using the forced savings the extra withholdings as a forced savings method. But Uncle Sam does not pay interest on refunds, except in special circumstances. Putting the money in any type of savings account or paying down debts might be a better option. Now, I want you guys to understand, Brian Beane, I didn't make this up. The federal government said you might be using your forced savings, because that's what most people do with their tax return, right? It's a forced savings method. You might be using that as a forced savings, but Uncle Sam doesn't pay interest on your refund. So putting your money, they can't tell you what to do, like invest, but I'm telling you, you invest that money throughout the year, or you pay your debt down, and that's a better option for you. Yes. Now, all I'm saying is this. You've been getting a refund for how many years? How much do you have invested right now, bringing you back interest every single day, every single month, every single year? So why don't you try something different and do what wealthy people do and IRS do? Let me ask you a question. Do you think Bill Gates gets a tax refund? Do you think Oprah Winfrey gets a refund check? Or do you think she makes estimated tax payments because she uses her cash flow and her money throughout the year, right? Do you think all these guys, Warren Buffett, Zuckerberg, Bob Johnson, all these wealthy people actually get refund checks? No, that's a game that the middleman plays, the middle class plays, and it never works. That's why you never hit wealth status. I haven't gotten a refund check, honestly, I don't think ever. I was fortunate to retire when I was only 22 years old. And I learned early that a business is the way to go because the government lets us pay our taxes last. Employees have to pay their taxes first. So when you flip the game, you get more cash flow. So here's how it actually looks when you do that. Once you decide, okay, you know what? I want my cash flow throughout the year. I'm not playing these games, right? Here's what happens. You take the income that you took back from the government. So let's say we lower your taxes by $450. Now you take that money and then you eliminate your debt. So instead of sending your car note $450, you're gonna send them $864. The old $450 you were paying and the new $450 that you now have, you're gonna send the car note $850. Now instead of them having you for 60 months or 48 months, they got you for a year and a half. You like, good, car note free. I'm gonna take my new $850 from my old car note and my new tax savings, and I'm gonna pay off my mortgage. So I'm gonna send my mortgage, my normal payment, $1,200, $1,800, $1,300, $900. I'm gonna send them a new $850, mortgage gone in 9 years instead of 30. See, now you're strategizing. Now you're doing what wealthy people recommend. Not your broke friend who went out and got 4 cars, 3 cars, 4 car notes, 3 car notes, a house they can't afford, and they want to blame the government and blame everybody but themselves as to why they don't have enough to invest. Now you take all of that education and you start showing other people that they can do the same thing. So Brian, what's my business? You're a financial educator, not a financial advisor, right? You don't need a Series 6 and a license, and you can't recommend investments and take money. We don't do that. We teach people cash flow management. We teach people our 3-6-9 transformation. And within 6 weeks, you can start earning business income. Now, people say, what's business income? Well, business income is generated if you choose to share what you're learning. I always tell people, man, don't recruit, educate. You don't have to go out here and, hey, if the time is right and you're open to a business opportunity, would you like to? No, that's so 90s. If I show you how to get higher rates of return on your money, and I show you how to pay off your debt in faster time, and I show you the banker's secret and what the bank does with your money, and I show you how to lower your taxes legally, ethically, and morally, and I show you how to take those 3 income streams and invest it, you now have bonus checks coming as a result of you sharing the information. Guys, you share stuff all the time. You recommended somebody's Christmas gift. You shared somebody's restaurant. You recommended a movie. The producer didn't send you a check. The restaurant owner didn't send you a check. Best Buy is not giving you a check. You might get some reward points and $5 off your next DVD or $5 off your next camera, but nobody's sending you a check. We send checks every single week and every single month if you want to share our membership with others. So you don't have to get out here and convince and beg. And we got the best weight loss product on the planet. Nothing wrong with weight loss. We don't convince and beg. Hey, we got the best satellite dish on the planet. Nothing wrong with satellites. I tell you, I earn 7 figures in sales. So I don't knock people for doing that. What I'm saying is I cater to a different audience with this program because most people won't be good at it. So I've had 5-figure weeks in this business. My job was paying me 5 figures. It took 3 or 4 months to earn 5 figures. Okay. This is way back after college. I thought I had it going on, just broke on a higher level. Now I receive more money in a week than people receive in 6 months, in a year. All because I got educated on wealth. So all you guys have to do is get the education, get your software. Brian, what's the software? Well, it's simple. As a home-based business owner, we give you the mobile app necessary to keep good records. All right, and I'm done. I'll show you how this works to give you an idea of what your $9, the big $10 is going towards. So this is your cell phone screen. So let's say you went out to Red Lobster, right? You had a team meeting. You showed me the 369 transformation video, or you put me on this webinar. The government says, cool. You spent $35.17. Yes. You drove 54 miles both ways. I mean, a round trip. Yes. Okay. Your myEcon membership is $35.95. So I told you $9.95 is our promotion for the next 2 weeks. And then it's only, and then the $34.95 is what it is per month. All right. So normally it's $34.95 for your first month, but we cut it by 67%. So now that's even the tax write-off. Now, let's say your bonus check this week is $1,853 because you get paid for your membership referrals. Now, all of this is housed on your software, on your computer. So now it's on a spreadsheet. Every time I hit send or save, it goes to a spreadsheet. So now there's my $35 from Red Lobster. There's my $1,800 from my check. There's my $34.95 from my membership. You guys know how it works. You take your expenses, you take your income, you minus your expenses, and now you've lowered your taxable income. So people say, Brian, how you get the big checks? It's not just from commissions, it's from strategy. Now the government taxes business owners on less because you pay yourself first. So guys, at this stage in the game, it's real simple. I need you to get with the person that put you on this webinar. We train every single week. We train every single month. What you want to do is decide that you want better financial education so you can go into 2018 a lot different than you did 2017. And please don't let $10 and a whole bunch of questions. You blew $10 today on the way home from work. So don't tell me you don't have $10 for you when $9.95 left your gas tank to get halfway to work. It just amazes me how people still make excuses even when you're trying to bless them. So slash the $34.95. Text the person $9.95 that means you're in. You want your username and you want your password. Okay. At that point, we will then start conducting trainings after Christmas. I personally will start doing conference calls and webinars to get all of the new people joining during this holiday promotion up and running. I'll show you guys my new strategy called Start, Share, and Stay. How to start your business, how to share your business, and how to stay in business. How to start your business, how to share your business, and how to stay in business. The website you guys can use to share this holiday promotion is www.cashflow995.com. Okay, put that in the comments. www.cashflow995, that stands for $9.95.com. Don't beg people to get financially educated. If a person doesn't have $9.95 and they don't want to change their life, then you need to find somebody who has a $10 bill and a $20 bill and help 2 people. Okay, they want to help 2 people change theirs. So cashflow995.com is a quick overview of what we do. You get back with the person that shared this link with you or shared this Facebook post or shared this webinar and text them $9.95, and we'll see you guys every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, except on the holidays or the eve of holidays, so you can spend time with your families. But once we get through the holidays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays, we will have these webinars as well, including next week. All right. If that doesn't fall on a holiday, I don't really keep up with it, so I don't know. But get with the person that put you on the call, get the calendar out, find out where we are next. God bless. My name is Brian Beane. I'll see you guys in the magazines. Hit share, 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 and good night.